What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and it's time to talk about Fortnite's brand new Sidekicks feature coming to the game. I'm going to quickly flash this on screen so you can see the first image of it, and you know what, I'll go ahead and open this in another tab that is super zoomed in. Here it is. This is the new Sidekicks coming to Fortnite very, very soon. We'll be going into everything you need to know and why Sidekicks might not honestly be the best feature to come to this game. I know that sounds like a little bit of a downer on a feature that was just announced, but I'm going to be honest here, ever since Sidekicks were getting leaked as companions or Mimosa, I didn't really like them. I always felt like there was something shady going on there, you know, something I wasn't going to appreciate, or some cash grab or something, and I feel kind of justified with this new blog post, so let's just stop yapping about all that and let's dive into what you need to know about Fortnite's new Sidekicks. So Sidekicks are a new pal in Fortnite that join your adventures in Battle Royale, Lego Fortnite developer-made experiences, Save the World Fortnite Festival in the backstage area only, and more. Enjoy their company as they react to the world around you. You can customize the appearance of most sidekicks one time in your locker after obtaining them. Your choices are permanent, so make sure to preview the appearances before locking in. The first sidekick you'll be able to obtain in the game will be Pills, which will be unlocked in the next Battle Pass on November 1st. So like they did with kicks and rocket racing vehicles and Lego kits and all that type of stuff, there will be one free one, or I guess technically paid one, in a Battle Pass that you'll be able to get to kind of celebrate the launch of the new feature. And then that right there is, of course, the Pills pet. Now, it does mention that most sidekicks can earn sidekick points, aka SP, to unlock cosmetics for themselves, just by tagging along with you when you have them equipped. So basically, if you have Pills equipped and you're playing matches, Pills will actually earn points specifically to Pills that you'll be able to use to kind of change your customization and cosmetics here and there. However, there is a little bit of a catch with that, which we'll talk about a little bit later. As you can see right here, more sidekicks are coming to the shop on November 7th, including Bonesy, Spike, and Little Raptor. That's right, Bonesy, which was a Fortnite Pass exclusive back in the day, is officially going to be returning in the item shop, meaning that if you owned it in the Battle Pass, your exclusivity period is kind of over now, and who knows how it's actually going to work in the game. I honestly wonder if there's going to be any backlash to it for OG owners or anything, and I think Little Raptor as well, or there was like a Raptor pet back bling that we had before. I'm going to quickly check over on the Fortnite GG page. So if we go over here, you can see these are all the old pets we had. So we had Bonesy, Camo, Scales, Ramirez, Remus, Dodger, Woodsy, Empress, all these type of pets in the game, and then Gunner, which got scrapped later down the line because of the whole entire like look similar to the Battle Pass character thing. So it appears that old Battle Pass characters can return, and they could return as companions in the item shop. Now they mentioned that not long after we'll have something for all the cat people out there as well. So maybe Empress ends up getting their own pet backbling or something like that. But they mentioned that anyone who owns the Bonesy backbling will be granted the Bonesy sidekick on November 7th, so it may take a bit of time for you to see it in your locker. Meaning that based on reading that, and I know I just question how they're going to do this, it appears that OG cosmetics, you know, Battle Pass cosmetics like Bonesy, will still be exclusive in their backpack form. However, if you want the sidekick version of it, then anyone can get it, right? So the backbling exclusive to OG owners, and then the new sidekick that can follow you around that only your team and you can see, is something that absolutely everyone can be able to purchase. But you might be wondering, okay, that's pretty much it. What is important to know about this? Well, you may notice I have a few tabs open here. Let's start going through these. So it mentions the cosmetic compatibility tab here. If we look at sidekicks, you can see that sidekicks are supported in Battle Royale, Save the World, Lego Fortnite Odyssey, Fortnite Festival, and developer-made experiences if the developers enable sidekicks in their modes. It is not supported in rocket racing, so you won't have a sidekick hanging out of the side of your car window or anything like that. Just sadly not going to happen, but at least you get it in basically all the other modes. Now, a little bit of a catch for Fortnite Festival. It will only be in the backstage. So when you're on the main stage playing songs, you can see right here, actually it doesn't even show that right there, but when you're on the main stage playing songs in Fortnite Festival, your pets won't be able to be seen at all. It will only show up when you're in the area where you select the songs you want to play. So, you know, sounds good. You know, it's in a lot of different modes. What makes me so negative about it? Well, if we continue going through here, and you can see right here, your sidekick will stay backstage right here, and the whole developer-made experiences thing, we have to talk about customization. You can customize the appearance of your sidekick one time after obtaining it. However, you can purchase the same sidekick multiple times and give them different appearances, and each sidekick has to look unique. So you can't have the duplicate appearance on two different sidekicks. You have to go ahead and lock it in like you would Maya back in the day. But this brings up a few concerns for me, and I'm going to talk with you guys real quickly about it. When Maya released, you know, it made sense. It was something that was in the battle pass and everything. If we go over here to my locker, we type in Maya, if it shows up. God, I hate this menu sometimes. Wow. Thanks. Can sort by relevance, maybe? Does that help? Yeah, okay. We have Maya right here. We have my customized version, and originally I did have a vest on this. I managed to somehow get a version without the vest equipped saved, so this was my Maya, right? You know, this was the finished version of it that I managed to actually end up getting, and it looks pretty nice for me. You know, it was something that I liked making, and I still appreciate this outfit. I still use it sometimes, time and time again, but it wasn't something where it was like, oh, if you want to get a different customization for Maya, you have to buy Maya again or something, right? You have to re-grind it out a second time on the same account or something. No, there's just Maya. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Even with build umbrella, for example, we go build. Oh my god, I hate this searching. Umbrella. Okay, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's search umbrellas and let's go through here until we find the build umbrella. It's got to be here somewhere, right? Am I blind? It's like a little rust bucket umbrella. I'll give you, oh, it's right here, yeah. You can see my customized umbrella right here, which has a rubber ducky on it. It's like an inside joke and all this type of stuff, and I was able to customize it, but let's say I wanted to redo it or something. Let's say I wanted a different customization. With how Sidekicks work, I would have to buy this umbrella a second time, lock in that customization, and it would be stuck there. So let's say this umbrella was sold for 1,000 V-Bucks. Let's say a Sidekick sold for 1,000 V-Bucks. It's 1,000 V-Bucks, or I guess $8, $9 United States, in order to get it once and customize it how you want, and then you lock it in. But let's say you wanted to use a different outfit and you wanted to like grind out more of the little sidekick points in order to get those other outfits. Well, you have to purchase another one for like $9 or however else they actually end up pricing it in game, and then only after you've purchased another one will you be able to use those sidekick points, or maybe you have to grind for it again on the second identical version in order to use some of those other customization options. So it's a grind and a paywall. It's a grind to actually get the cosmetics, because maybe there's a specific outfit you want on your pet that you want to actually lock in and be able to use, and then you also have to buy more if you want more designs on that one actual pet you have in the game. And it also makes me wonder, what if there's this weird FOMO in a way, where they go ahead and release some of these pets like Peels or whatever else, and they end up being like, hey, you know, this normal version is going to be pretty simplistic or whatever else. You can go ahead and pick it up in the item shop if you want to, you can get it in the battle pass, but if you want the coolest outfits for it, you have to grind and grind and grind to get enough sidekick points in order to actually get it. And you might get like one part, like, you know, maybe like a little pair of shoes for the sidekick or something, or maybe a top hat or something. And maybe you want to have that equipped while you're working on getting those other things. Well, that's impossible, because if you go ahead and equip it, you're locking that customization in, and you won't be able to get any more customization for it unless you go ahead and buy a new one. Now, I do think that, you know, in some cases, like maybe if it was a battle pass thing and not sold in the item shop, maybe there'll be more free for it. Maybe it'll be more like super level variants or whatever, where you can do whatever you want to do and redesign it every time. But in the main majority of it, that is my big gripe when it comes to companions, or I guess sidekicks in Fortnite, is that in my opinion, and I'm going to be completely blatant when I say this, I think they're cash grabs. Like, there's a lot of restrictions on it. You know, they do show up in a lot of modes, but they only show up based on leaks and stuff as of right now, because I haven't seen them officially talk about this anywhere. They only show up on your team's side, you know, for you and your team. Those are the only people who can see it. So enemies won't see it. None of that stuff matters. And they have the option to be one of the first cosmetics in the game that you can buy again and again and again and again. It's like V-Bucks in a way, right? I can buy $9 of V-Bucks over and over and over and over and over again, but I can't buy like Jack Skellington 5 times, right? No, I can only buy the skin once, and then it says owned in the item shop. But in this case, I can buy the sidekick once, I can customize it, then I can buy the sidekick again, and I can customize it, and then I can buy it again, and then customize it, and each time, each one of those get locked in. And now I'm not for sure how many different customizations there's going to be, but if we open this video in a new tab here and kind of look through it real quickly, we can see one customization, which is just like a little sweater right there. We can actually see another part of customization right here. So you have the coloring and maybe even like the feathers up here that is customization. You have the shirt that's a customization. I assume the emote doesn't count since that's just kind of like the companion interacting with you. Let's see, do the eyes change color? The eyes change colors as well. So the eyes might be a customization unless that's mixed in with the actual coloring. You can see right here we have a new sweater, we have different fur, we have all that type of stuff kind of going on there. Go through here, we have the same different type of things, different eyes, different actual spots and all that coloring and all that type of stuff, different sweater, different feathers, all that type of stuff. And depending on what you want, and actually I wonder, can we find one that has the same eyes? Like this right here and that looks like they have the same eyes, kind of. Maybe this one's a little bit more green, but depending on that, let's say there's 4 different categories here, you know, coloring, the actual spots on it, the eye color, and the sweater. That means that if you lock in one character, one design for a sidekick, let's say you go all green or something like that, and then you decide, oh, maybe the all green one would look nice with this little kind of like glowing looking Halloween sweater or something, right? You can't do that unless you buy the sidekick again and you make another unique combination. And I honestly just don't like that. Now, the good thing here, and it mentions that your choices are permanent after you lock them in, is that you'll be able to name your sidekicks. I mean, it's like, you can name them whenever you want. It doesn't matter how many times you've renamed the same sidekick. You can keep naming them over and over and over and over again, and you can see right here that it even mentions that there's a rename button. You can add the new preferred name, or click the randomized name button to have one selected for you. Now, I wonder what the filtering is going to be, if you're going to be able to use emojis or stuff in that like you can with nicknames and locker presets, or if it's not going to allow those. That waits to be seen. But it does mention blatantly right here, if you're curious about my whole entire Yap session, yes, you can purchase a sidekick multiple times and give them different appearances. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about sidekicks coming to the game? If you like them, I'm not dissing you at all. Enjoy these cosmetics. The same thing with kicks, right? I don't really care for kicks. I buy a few here and there, very rarely, or I grind Save the World V-Bucks and get one like I did with the recent like skeleton, or I guess ghost phantom final peely skin actual pair of kicks and everything else. But I'm not going to probably spend $8 in order to buy these sidekicks. And then I'm not going to spend another $8 when I decide, actually, a different customization would be even better. And at the end of the day, does this really matter? No. Look, it's a cash grab. You know, the item shop is there for people who want to spend money on it. You don't have to. Fortnite is a free game. You can play it entirely for free, I guess, except Lego Fortnite Odyssey, because of the build kits and stuff that are somewhat exclusive or whatever else. So you never have to spend money on these things. But regardless of that, we know how many collaborations this game does. We know companions, or I guess sidekicks, are going to have collaborations as well from different medias. You know, like maybe we get another Scooby-Doo that's an actual sidekick or something like that, a companion. Maybe even in the Simpsons season we get some companions or sidekicks or whatever else. And it's going to tempt people into purchasing things a lot more than if they were just Fortnite original designs. So you never have to purchase this, right? This is kind of like a nothing burger for people who are just like, oh, you don't have to buy it. But at the same time, if you're someone who kind of always sees these item shop advertisements everywhere, or if you're like some of the people in the community who think that item shop cosmetics and new skins are the only content that matters, then this is something that I honestly just believe is a cash grab and unfair. Now, I still will use sidekicks because I get Bonesy for free from having it back then, and this Peel's skin, or I guess, you know, pet right here, is another one of those sidekicks that you can also get in the battle pass, and I have my crew membership anyways. But at the same time, I don't see myself buying these in the item shop unless they do like some crazy collaboration with like a franchise or something that I'm really big into. Then maybe I'll buy it if it's in a bundle or something. But man, it's just, I feel, I'm going to be honest here, I know this is a little bit of a yap towards the end of the video, I feel like when it comes to companions, when it comes to sidekicks, when it comes to Epic Games recently, they've been finding ways to like secretly increase the price of stuff. Because if we look here in the actual item shop, let's go unowned items, let's look at the bundles, there's stuff going on where you'll find a skin, and I think we can actually find some down here, where it's like Lady Marigold, 1,500 V-Bucks, does not include a back bling. Includes a Lego style, you know, it has a reactivity, which is cool and all, but it feels like them making it so you could buy back bling separately, like over here, was a way to, in the long term, increase the amount of money people spend on the game without worrying about, you know, that much backlash, like when they removed rarities and all that type of stuff. And the reason I think that is because stuff like the Quarterly Axe is 800 V-Bucks. And actually, you know what, it's kind of weird to say that because it includes a pickaxe, but you know what, let's say it because I do know the prices of those. Back before in Fortnite, the most expensive skin was 2,000 V-Bucks. If this pickaxe and back bling was bundled in with Art the Clown, which is 1,500 V-Bucks, that means this would probably be a 2,000 V-Bucks skin because it has the back bling included. But because the pickaxe and back bling are actually sold separately, they're able to make it so that you're spending around like 300 V-Bucks more, which might not sound like a lot, but if you compare it to the old pricing of cosmetics, I definitely feel, and maybe I'm wrong about this part, that splitting up back blings from being included with the actual outfits was just a way to kind of go ahead and get more money out of people. Once again, I could be wrong about that, but it's just my personal thoughts regarding this stuff. Because, like, even if we take this, right, 300 V-Bucks for a back bling, we'll just use both of those, right? 300 V-Bucks for a back bling. Let's look at the Scooby-Doo outfits up here. You can see 1,500, 1,500, 1,500. So if you were to buy the outfit plus the back bling, that's 6, 7, 8, that's going to be 1,800 V-Bucks for what the skin would originally be. However, I feel that if it was back then, like a year or two ago, it would have just been 1,500, not 1,800. Could I be wrong there? Yes, but I just feel, and I have this like thing in the back of my head that tells me when it comes to these collaborations and when it comes to a lot of stuff they're doing now, they're trying to find a way to get the most money out of players while being able to make it seem as good as humanly possible. Like, hey, thumbs up, right? So I guess it'll remain to be seen. Let me know. Am I a boomer in the comments down below? Am I just yapping about something that doesn't matter because I'm not really going to buy them anyways, and then I'll probably buy a collaboration one in the future or something? But until next time, this has been my yap. Sidekicks are officially coming to the game. I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another upload, and peace out.